right, it's Friday night, and you know what that means. We've got another round of the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday night trucks, powered by Beat the Dark. Mental health matters. Have anyone out there on qualifying? We do. Try and get the cameras working. Here we go. It's playoffs part. It's round two, part race one. I'll get it right in a moment. All right, we've got a couple of guys out there qualifying at the moment. King just sitting there on the grid. I'm just trying to find my qualifying info. There we go. The Adam Malone, Lachlan Akijo, Marty Mitchell's out there, Matt Atten, Ruben Phelps, Ron A. Thompson. Thanks for the like, Lolly. Appreciate you. That will be moist just afterwards. Awesome. Out there. There's a 52, Henry King. He's out on the track. Yep, moist. Sorry, moist. Thanks for the like. Starting to see some times coming in. Ruben Phelps, quick time 38.4, 38.8. Lachlan Akijo. No, Ron Thompson just at a 37.2. So, see there. Aaron Gilbert, 13 as well. Why's Aaron Gilbert not showing up on my leaderboard? Oh, there he is down there. $13.720, that's the time to beat. 13.81 for Sodom Adam Malone. Ruben Phelps, 38.4, 88. 38.8 for Lachlan Akijo. Daniel Stevens, 30.91. Oh, let's jump over to here in the booth, just in case anyone wants to come join us. Where'd we get to? Sorry, I've got a lot of new software, and it's just it's a little overwhelming. Let's see. Matt Patton, 31.126. Marty Mitchell, 31.23 and 7th. Tom Pritchard, 31.32. He's coming 8th in qualifying. 9th, Aaron Gilbert with 31.35. See some other guys out there. Jason Holdsworth, Alex Delbovics, Mark Cochran as well. Now, Henry King, 31.43 and 31.51 for Mark Cochran. Jason Holdsworth just got himself up into 4th place. Equal time with Ruben Phelps, 30.84. Where do we get to? Henry King, 31.43, 31.51. Mark Cochran. Nigel Seidel, 31.98. 34.16 for Alex Stelbovics. Blundell, Brian Blundell, Maxie Marshall, Noddy Tompkins, Matthew Raymond, and Andy Barber have yet to put a time up. We're currently riding along with Alex Stelbovics. He's got the second quickest time, 30.75, 30.75. Looks like he's finishing up that lap. Qualifying's only got about 40 seconds to go, as we can see from that timer up the top there. Yeah, Matt Patton, he's the last guy out there. He is currently in 8th with a 31.12. That was his last lap. Let's get this up. We've got a few new tricks up our sleeve. Let me just shrink that iRacing logo down out of the way a little bit. Well, qualifying has finished. 31.12 will be Matt Patton's starting This is the race details here. We will be starting in, race 1 for round 2 in Kentucky Speedway. Here's the grid. Ron A. Thompson on that front row, Alex Stelbovics, Adam Malone and Ruben Phelps on the second row, Jason Holdsworth and Lachlan Akicho third row. Fourth row is going to be Daniel Stevens and Matt Payton, Tom Pritchard, Marty Mitchell on that fifth row. Sixth row is going to be Aaron Gilbert and Adam Johnson. Is it going to scroll to the other guys? No, it's not. So it's just going to give us the first 6 rows. After that, it is Henry King and Mark Cochran on that 7th row. 8th row is going to be Nigel Seidel and Tim Blundell. Matthew Raymond and Brian Blundell will be on that 9th row. Sorry, I'm trying to do math. 10th row, Andy Barber and Maxie Marshall on that 10th row. And 11th row will be Noddy Tompkins. On a good camera there. That is the 22, of course, Ron A. Thompson. There's Alex Stelbovics. Like Adam Malone has yet to take the track. Ruben Phelps, Jason Holdsworth, Lachlan Akijo, Daniel Stevens. Actually, what am I doing? I should be this. Got the 58 of Matt Payton. 651 of Marty Mitchell. Limit Pasha. Tom Pritchard coming out of Sydney. Aaron Gilbert. Adam Johnson. But why it's not showing their cars. And let me just double check that. It should be. Should be Henry King. Let me get a little bit closer. As they roll out Mark Cochran, Tim Blundell, Matthew Raymond. Out rolls Brian Blundell, Andy Barber. Out of Brisbane, Maxie Marshall, Noddy Tompkins still sitting back there. Nigel Seidel not taking the track. So I count 21 cars, but only 19 rolling on the track at the moment. Noddy Tompkins, he might have just got out in time. Nigel Seidel maybe starting from the pits. As you see there on the leaderboard, 1 of 150 laps here at Kentucky Speedway. Now, just a bit of details about the track, as you see there. Obviously, we're in Sparta. The track length, 2.35 kilometers. Will be a balmy 30 degrees. We're at 157 meters altitude. A little bit of wind and humidity, but weather will be great. All right, there's the green flag. We've got this one underway. Playoff round 2, race 1, Kentucky Speedway, the Australian NASCAR eSeries. Friday night trucks powered by Beat the Dark. Mental Health Matters. We are underway. On the leaderboard there, Ron Thompson, Alex Stelbovics, Adam Malone, Ruben Phelps, Jason Holdsworth. That is the 5. We've got Kijo, Stevens, Patton, Mitchell, and Gilbert. Henry King, Adam Johnson, Mark Cochran, Matthew Raymond, Eddie Barber, Tim Blundell, Noddy Tompkins, Brian Blundell, Maxie Marshall, and Nigel Seidel. All right, let's have a look at where the battles are at. See there, Jason Holdsworth moved up a position. Ruben Phelps has dropped back one. Matt Patton's moved up. Not a lot of time between the top 3, but there is a second from top 5 back. So that is certainly something that won't be a big issue straight away. Let's say 150 laps here at Kentucky Speedway. So we'll keep an eye on the front. That battle for fifth place, we're flagged on Daniel Stevens. Is the 57 cars in eighth place. There's Matt Patton, Lachlan Akisha, and Ruben Phelps up there in front of him. Behind him will be Marty Mitchell, Aaron Gilbert, and Tom Pritchard. Thompson and Still Bovics ran the same best lap, 31.31. All right, so it looks like just the 20 cars in this race. Nigel Seidel not making it. If you do hear this, brother, jump in the booth, in the Discord. We're running on with 57, Daniel Stevens. Marty Mitchell. Adam Johnson, I believe that is Aaron Gilbert and Henry King back there as well. See there, Adam Johnson, the yellow 229, hitting speeds of excess of 270 kilometres. There we go, 280, 286. He's going to hit 290. He's in the draft there. Drops back as he comes through the tryover. This is 203 of Aaron. Aaron Gilbert. Stevens and King. That is Aaron Stevens. Oh, we've had our first crash, the 15 and the 5. Mark Cochran and Andy Barber coming to a stop there. All right, let's see if this works. I'm going to attempt to go back and we'll check that replay out. All right, where's the oh man, they've got to keep the play button nearby. Okay, still working some of this out, but you see here the car comes up the track, went to go back down, but the other 5 sort of followed him, and just up into the 15. That is a horrific crash. Get back to live. The first caution of the night. All right, Mark Cochran, Andy Barber, Mark in the pits. Still, Andy Barber looks like he's been able to get back out there. We might have Nigel Seidel back in the race. I'm not sure. A couple of other guys have also gone into the pits and come back out and just grabbed, I guess, a little fuel refuel. We only ran 9 laps, but every bit of fuel counts. All right. As they roll around and get these pace slaps, get in the pits, get some fuel, get back out. Let's see, maybe only a couple of cars did not go in the pits that run. Ron Thompson, Alex Delbovics, Looks like Adam Malone, Jason Hodsworth, and Adam Johnson did not go into the pit. So Ruben Phelps backwards. Matt Patton, Lachlan Keisho, Tom Pritchard, Daniel Stevens, Aaron Gilbert, Matty Raymond, Marty Mitchell, Maxie Marshall, Tim Blundell, Brian Blundell, Henry King, and Noddy Tompkins all visited the pit. Mark Cochran, he's been in there for about 2.5 minutes now. So obviously he was the one that got the brunt of that crash and was flipping through the air. So to see how he goes repair-wise. Who is going to win tonight's race, secure that slot in that championship race? I believe it's a 2-night event, if I'm not mistaken. All right, those cars starting to get ready to get into a line, which will mean one to go. This race back underway. All right, sorry, just checking something there. All right, they've started to line up, so it will be Ron Thompson and Alex Stelbovics on that front row. Adam Malone and Jason Holdsworth on that second row. Third row will be Adam Johnson and Ruben Phelps. Sorry, Ruben. Matt Payton and Lachlan Akijo on that fourth row. Fifth row is going to be Tom Pritchard and Aaron Gilbert. Behind them will be Marty Mitchell. Sorry, Aaron Gilbert, Marty Mitchell on the sixth row. Sorry, Marty. Oh my God, they're messing me up. Aaron Gilbert and Matthew Raymond on the sixth row. Marty Mitchell, Maxie Marshall will be on that seventh row. Eighth row is going to be Tim and Brian Blundell, Henry King and Noddy Tompkins on that ninth row. 10th row, Mark Cochran back out on the track alongside Andy Barber. So we have our 20 participants back on the track. Looks like everyone on the lead lap. Oh, no, not quite. Sorry. Mark and Andy a few laps down. The boys done about 10.5 laps. Mark's done 7, Andy 6. All right, about to get this one back underway. Pace car's just leaving the track. Off we go. Lap 12 underway of 150. Not even a tenth of the way into this race, and we are back underway for our first caution. Well, Andy might have retired, and looks like Mark might still be in the pit. So 18 cars remain as we get to the 13th lap and get this race back under the high speed conditions. Those cars hitting excess speeds of 189 kilometers an hour. And that draft gets going. They will pick up some speed. Let's see if anyone can hit that 190 mark. Only around the 170. See there, 3-car field up the front. Let's just watch that up the front play out. I know we can sort of see it from where we were, but I just want to watch this one play out. Ron Thompson, Jason Holdsworth, and Adam Malone. like they're settling in, trying to work out who that is up on that high line there. Low line, sorry, it's the 22, Ron Thompson. It is the 11, Jason Holdsworth. He has the lead somehow on that high line in front of Ron Thompson. Adam Malone pushing Ron Thompson, and somehow Jason able to scream his way into the lead. Ruben Phelps and Alex Delbovic currently the 4th and 5th cars in this race. All right. I normally have a track map myself to use, but this particular overlay, whatever I look at, will be on the broadcast, so not able to use that, but I can see that there's a bit of a play at the back. Matthew Raymond has passed Daniel Stevens for 11th position. Tom Pritchard passed Lachlan Akijo for 8th. Looks like Ruben and Adam are going to battle it out for 2nd there. Oh, we almost have like a lead count. Oh, no, I don't want that. All right, let's get around the track, see what else everyone is doing. Riding along with the 4th place, Alex Delbovic. You can see the top 3 in front of him. In the Hellman's 28 there. Oh, I just realised something. Oh, crap. Sorry, guys, I got a new computer and Trading Paints isn't running. What the heck? Started on startup. There we go. All right, sorry, lads. I was wondering why some of these paints weren't as fancy as they used to be. But yeah, that's running now, so that'll just download and refresh in a moment. I am so sorry, guys. Jason Holdsworth, still over Ray Thompson. The top 5, Matt Patton, Adam Johnson, Tom Pritchard, Lachlan Akijo, and Aaron Gilbert. They are currently the top 10. Matthew Raymond is also there. He's in 11th. 12th will be Marty Mitchell, Henry King, 13th. 14th, Daniel Stevens, and Maxie Marshall is 15th. Sorry. Tim and Brian Blundell, 16th and 17th. Noddy Tompkins, 18th. I think Mark Cochran and Mark Cochran, Andy Barber, and Nigel Seidel no longer in this race. We just have an 18-car field. We see Jason has made, Adam actually has made the most ground into that top 10, into that battle for first, moving up about 5 spots. Jason Holdsworth, he's got himself up into first, moving up 4 spots. Ron Thompson has fallen back from 1st to 5th. He's gone back 4 spots, 2 spots for Alex Stelbovic as well. See the lap times there, 31.971 for Alex Stelbovic. Ron Thompson just 200ths of a second, almost 300ths of a second behind. Matthew Raymond just passed Aaron Gilbert, 10th place, just after Aaron had passed him for the same. So these two battling it out a bit here. The 203, of course, Aaron Gilbert there on our screens. Matty Raymond, the red car in front. Let me check fast. Hopefully not too fast. Please be. Oh no. So sorry guys, just trying to fix some of these. Here they come. All right, so this car's starting to load in now with their proper paint. I'm so sorry. 25 laps in of 150. Trump God, how are you, brother? I'm good, mate. Good. Just getting used to this new broadcasting software. Sorry, not broadcasting software. That's Streamlabs. The new overlay stuff that I got running here. So much I can sort of show and play with and display. For example, Aaron Gilbert there at the 203 car. Hoping he might have had some info on his profile there, but unfortunately not. Oh, that sounds like someone here. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Everyone, if you're on Twitch, definitely follow a Shrub God. Very awesome streamer, entertaining, and he was like a girl, so okay, fun. All right, let's get back up the front. Jason Holdsworth still that race leader. Adam Malone, Ruben Phelps, 1, 2, and 3. So I just want to have a look and see how that appears. There's Ruben Phelps and Adam Malone. You see Jason Holdsworth just that little bit further in front. Yeah, upgraded the streaming PC this week. Shrubs rocking an i7 10700F and 3060 12 gig. All MSI gear, RGB case. It's very cool. I'll have to send you a pic later. All right, we are riding along with Adam Malone here. Sure to jump to another car in just a moment. Ruben Phelps, Ron A. Thompson. There he is, Blue 22. The Nitro Racing race car. Truck, rather, I guess. All right, if you're new to these races, as Shrubs is a little bit with these particular ones, I think you've checked out the dirt ones, haven't you? But this is the Australian NASCAR eSeries. They're Friday night trucks powered by Beat the Dark. And we've done our season racing. This is there's 2 rounds of 3 for the playoffs. Playoffs round 1, 1, 2, and 3 have done. This is playoffs round 2, race 1. It's all about who wins the race, getting a slot in that final race. But 150 laps, so only 31 laps in so far. So some of the guys not really looking to really want to get too crazy with their moves and stuff like that. They've still got to to fuel and tire and sort of just waste away a few laps, as many laps as they can, just by sort of not pushing it themselves too hard. But it is a battle of endurance for sure. All right, Noddy Tompkins, he's just passed Daniel Stevens. Back there at 17th, went from 18th to 17th place. There he is there, just coming up on Brian Blundell, the blue and green at white 86. So he's looking to try and make some moves up through the rear here. Some of these guys, they've already secured their playoff spots, so they're just sort of racing for position and to challenge the others. A lot of these guys also will hang at the back, just until we sort of start to get into things. Ruben Phelps down under the yellow line. Oh, Almost comes up into the 28 of Alex Stilbovics there. Ruben Phelps behind him. That was quite close. I just realised my broadcasts are only outputting at 720. What the heck? Pretty late to sort of find that. It says source is 720, 1080. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'll definitely have that fixed up after this. All right, from first to 18th, there's about a 12-second difference in lap times / speed. It's get those last lap times up. We'll see how they're holding up. So Ron Thompson, a little bit quicker there than the other boys up the top. These some similar lap times back in the top 10. Henry King and Maxi Marshall. Best times, however, 31:16, I think, is still our quick time. (31:28), Ruben Phelps second quickest on the track tonight. So yeah, its pace is looking pretty good. Coming close to that 40th lap, just started lap 39. We are currently back in the rear of the field. Maxi Marshall, our 13th car. There's the 14th, Maxi Marshall, Marty Mitchell. The 651 is Marty Mitchell. There's so many names that are just like roll a little bit there. Oh, we saw one of those cars getting a little bit loose. That's going to be the 229 of Aaron Gilbert, the one we can see on the screens. Just up there on the inside line. But managed to collect it and get that going. One of Marty Mitchell, Noddy Tompkins, Tim Blundell, Brian Blundell, and Daniel Stevens all behind him. But yeah, like as I say, we're just coming up on the first third of this race. Still 10 laps to go, 11 really, till we get to the 50th lap. Well, that 229 looks like he's just getting a little slippery there. The tyres have gotten a little bit hot and not keeping the traction there at all. And he's starting to spin out a little bit. Jason Holdsworth, though, Ron Thompson, Alex Stilbovic still up the front there. Matt Patton and Ruben Phelps still part of that top 5. Adam Malone, you can see there with Tom Pritchard, Lachlan Akisho, Matthew Raymond, and Henry King. And Aaron Gilbert, Maxi Marshall, Marty Mitchell, Noddy Tompkins, Adam Johnson, the Blundell boys, Tim and Brian. Daniel Stevens still running back there in 18th, but would not be worried. Daniel's won a number of races in the Australian NASCAR eSeries. He knows what he's doing. All right, let me just note the interview channel is open. Speaking of race car drivers, we do have a special guest in the booth tonight. Welcome, Mr. Seidel.
How are we tonight, Bob?
Good, mate. Good, good. Everything's looking good. I did realize for some reason the output, it must have been because I reinstalled Streamlabs on the new computer. It's on 720. But other than that, everything is looking great. Running it well. Got the new overlays up. Uh, Race is going good. Just the one caution in the last 44 laps. Have noticed that a couple of the guys, Adam Johnson in particular, 229, it looks like some of those tyres getting a bit hot with that extended sort of green flag run. So he's been getting a little bit loose. A couple of the guys just being a bit cautious.
And with the new updates as well, it's going to be very interesting late in
Oh,
the run.
yes, yes, yeah. For those of you that don't race in iRacing, the damage models for a lot of us have been different over some of the classes of racing, and they've updated the damage model and released it across all the cars. So I have heard that walls can be a little bit more unforgiving.
And
Um,
I've also heard too that they're a little bit harder to drive with the downforce of the truck too. So it
yeah,
makes it a little bit more fun. There's a few extra lines that can open up. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes later in the run, especially as the tyres wore down. It's going to be interesting.
definitely, definitely is. And we look at sorry, getting used to the software. I'm going to retie up the screen a little bit now. I know how it all works. But if I bring up the pit strategy here, we can see a lot of these guys 37 to 45 lap runs. Um, uh, who was it? Jason, Ron, and Alex didn't go into the pits, as well as Adam Malone in that last caution. It was only 9 laps in, so not a lot of refueling possibly to be done. But do you think you think that the boys who took that early pit, will that give them a slight advantage on the fuel window?
Oh, 100%. And you've got to remember that with these truck races, since they are like the real life, there's only two sets of tyres over the wall. So we're in for interesting. When we're willing to take those tyres, will you hang on to them for a green white checker or you'll use them during the race? Strategy is a big part of it. The crew chiefs will be just crunching the numbers now because the field looks like it's getting spread out.
Definitely will be. Now, 75 laps. Do you think Kentucky you could race pretty okay with one set of tyres on 75 laps? Because I can imagine if you've got two spare, then obviously running one at halfway mark and having one set as a backup just in case. Would that be the ideal run?
I've got no idea. To be honest with you, all honestly, I have not tried the new updates yet. My first lap was when I was going to qualify for this, but then I had a little issue I had to attend to. So by the time I did that and came back, I missed the start. But that's all right. I thought
I
I'll come and
wondered,
join you in the booth as well.
I wondered what happened. Yeah, no, and unfortunately we lost Mark Cochran and Andy Barber as well. A little bit
Right.
earlier after there was well, that's the incident that brought out the first caution. Adam Johnson has entered the pits. I've noticed as well. I just realised I don't need a track map. I can see it there. Yeah, he ran. I think he ran about 45 days. So yeah, he was one of the ones that went in early. So he's on a 37 lap run. So I wonder if he might have got some damage out there. I know a couple of the guys did pass him on the way before the pits. Brian Blundell got him. Daniel Stevens, Tim as well. Noddy Tompkins. So yeah, it looks
It's
like
going to be
Adam.
interesting too to see who's actually done a little bit of practice with the new updates as well. From what I'm hearing, the truck drives are completely different. So there would have been a lot of the teams doing a lot of testing the last couple of nights just to see where they're at and building their set for tonight to make sure it's ready for if they've got drivers in the playoffs.
That's the big thing because yeah, it's an ever changing world. We got a bit of a tease on the next one. Obviously, will be the visual. Oh, look out! That was what tell one of the
Looks like
Caravan
Tom
Park
Pritchard.
boys. Yeah, Tom Pritchard got himself up into the wall there, falling back a bit. No yellow though. What was I going to say before that? Jeez, I've forgotten. Can't have been too important, but Yeah, practice a must. Obviously, with some of the guys, yeah, settled the playoffs in. Oh, that's right, the new advancements. Yeah, so we graphics. They say they're going to work on the way everything's visually built next. So that's going to. I wonder if that'll give us unique damage and stuff like that. So like the cars will, you know, react a bit better to the collisions and don't want BeamNG style, damage, yeah.
It's an ever-changing world.
All right. Oh, here we go. Justin Stone in the chat via Facebook. My strategy would be to go 65 laps and come get tyres if they're an issue. Yeah. And Justin, have a look over that leaderboard and pick a winner for me, buddy. He is so good at picking the winner of a race. He's probably got a. I reckon if we tallied it up, he'd have an 85% track record of picking the winner. And they're usually either crash out or in the podium, if not the winner. He's got an eye for it. Looks like Noddy Tompkins and a couple of the other boys also going into the pits there.
So some of them are going to be split at 50, 54 laps and probably going around just over 100 and hope there's no caution at the
And
end.
I
So,
hope they can just run it home. Yeah, yeah.
and there'll also be drivers too that wouldn't have done many laps with these new updates, and they will go to the pits and they may just take fuel and just want to see where the where their tyres are really at.
Yeah,
So they
see
might come out.
where it takes them.
Yeah, that's right. Because as from what I'm hearing, it's a completely different truck to drive. So anyone out there listening, give us a in the comments. Let us know what you think of these new updates.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, if you've tested them, I haven't yet. I try to stay away from. I used to love Week 13. And then I raced ranked races, officials on Week 13. And I think that killed it for me.
Unfortunately, work's kept me, and yeah, running this and a few other little things have kept me
Mm.
away from doing any racing this week. So hopefully I can get back on again either over the long weekend or early next week would be great.
Yeah, same with me. It's the last sort of been building up, and last couple of weeks been a bit hectic in the Bollywood TV world, and everything's starting to sort of settle down, get back to that normality. So yeah, hoping everything just continues on that path. Look, Tim Blundell just passed Aaron Gilbert, moved himself into P8, actually, and Maxi Marshall P7. So Tim Blundell making a bit of a run there. Was the 4 car we just saw on the screens. Now we've got Daniel Stevens and Henry King, I believe that is.
Yes.
You're only just past that first third of the race, so I think some of the guys might start testing things out, but I don't think anyone will really make a move for another 40, 50 laps. I think the man out front looks pretty good, so I assume you mean, well, Matt, I was going to say Jason Holdsworth, but no, with the pit situation, he's dropped back to ninth. Matt Patton's our race leader. Ruben Phelps second. Lachlan's moved up into third. Maddie and Henry King fourth and fifth. I think it's going to show the overlays though. No, it's not. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to help out with the co-commentator here.
That's fine. That's
Oh, sorry. So that was okay. I'll leave that. Put that back on. Sorry. Oh, I've left the chat as well. Oh my. Don't mind me. I'm an old guy who doesn't know how to use Discord. Yeah, I think with some of the advancements I've done, especially with the I'll change from 720 back up to 1080p for whatever reason that is, but I might get rid of the replay buffer. I feel like everything's running it pretty smooth. All the diagnostics are very low right now, so that's quite good.
right. right now, Matt Pat, as I like to call him. I'm getting mixed up with his old man sometimes. Um,
Oh, the 22. Ron A. Thompson. Where's... Oh, because
and
Matt's
here
going into
comes
the pits. I was like, why's Matt? Why's Ron? That I'm trying to work out the leaderboard and stuff. Matt going into the pits. Let's get back out onto the track then. There's the 91. That's Tom Pritchard. He's just outside the 10 as well. Started in 10th spot, back in 11th now.
And he had that little touch of the wall in turn 2 on the way out, so he's making his way back up after a little mistake.
Look, Blundell's making a run for the top 5. Led by Tim. Brian back there just behind him in 7th.
So we've got the 3 SRM boys, Ruben Lockie and Matty Ray, taking up your top 3. They just seem to be taking this stint just that little bit extra longer. Hopefully, train for that caution.
Yeah. Look, let's just try to have a look here. Well, yeah, Lachlan and Maddie and that they're taking that. And Henry, Daniel, and Tim all taking that run from lap 8 caution. They visit back in the pits. Oh no, there we go. Ruben, Matthew, and Henry diving into the pits as we speak. So that's going to let Lachlan take over the lead with Daniel Stevens and Tim Blundell in the top 3, but also not pitting since the top 8. Top 8 since
Daniel
8th lap.
Stevens had a great run last week in the I think he's got a top 3 last week, if my memory serves me correct. I haven't got all of my stats in front of me because I just jumped in the booth without being prepared, but that's okay. I'll get it all ready now. But yeah, Daniel's running some pretty decent times and some pretty hard racing at the moment. So yeah, well done to Daniel.
Actually, it's good timing. I was pointing out Daniel before, back around lap 20, lap 30. I was saying that, a lot of the guys will just sit at the back. Some of them have secured the playoff spot. Some of them are, racing just to put up a challenge, keep their, the seat time and things like that. And Daniel was right back there in like 18th or 19th spot, just really just cruising. And, just a casual pit stop later. Obviously, he's just gone into the pits now, but, yeah. There's in the playoff. There's bonus points for leading the lead laps, isn't it?
Yes, there is. So
Yeah.
there's
So obviously,
fastest lap and yeah, leader lap. Most laps led, I should say. So there's little bonus points for them that these guys will be fighting for during the race for the playoffs. And then yeah, you've got some drivers who aren't in the playoffs and their team are out there, so there's helping teammates out. So they're doing some testing, so they're running races and just it's playoffs are an individual thing, but there's a lot of teamwork that does go for it to get you way up the top.
yep,
Um,
yeah. Well, we've seen that in a few races throughout the season where a good teammate, has really helped the boys run. You watched the Kiana or Tiana the Caravan Park boys. The Tiana Holiday Park there. I see there right now the 91 of Tom Pritchard.
yeah,
But it's usually like Adam Malone. Who's it? Malone, Adam Johnson. What's the other one that's normally up the front?
Tom Pritchard and Adam Malone are the Stars drivers, and
Yeah.
Darren McKenzie's another one who's not with us tonight. And
That should have
Barbara.
been Darren. Yeah, just it's usually like the red, blue, and green, and they're just there. It's so fun to watch them work as a 3-car pack because a lot of the guys out here you might just see 1 and 2 guys teaming up, and if you've got your own personal 3-car pack, there's not much you can't do. So it's certainly helped the boys throughout the last 20 odd races.
Oh, 100%, and there is a few drivers here too that are just getting some laps in for season 2, which will start in July. So they're just getting some laps in and not to get too rusty because yeah, We're only a few weeks away from our championship race at Nashville Super Speedway. Then we'll head straight back into season 2, which is going to be exciting. There's some big changes coming, which is always great because we're always evolving and always hoping to be better. And yeah, we can't wait to share all that stuff with you soon.
Definitely, it's going to be exciting. No rest for the wicked, that's for sure.
No, certainly not. I'm afraid. No,
But
it's
look,
great. It's great. I love putting the series on for everybody. It's it, we've g- Open setup racing's alive and well, and yeah, it's so great to see so many drivers coming out, and there's always new people looking to join. And I think with the success of some of the V8 guys going over to NASCAR has brought a new attention to the oval racing scene. It's just a little bit more than turning left, I'm afraid.
yeah, yeah, a lot of them find that they come over and look, I was one of those people. As I've always famously said, I came here for the dirt, and yeah, obviously road course veteran from I don't know how many games as a kid with some of the tracks, but NASCAR, oh, it just grabbed me, and yeah, it is not just turn left. There's so much to it, and to talk about the drivers, I've raced against well, a lot of these guys in the super speedway competition. And I like to think that I'm not great I rating wise, but I like to think I can do all right in a truck. And yeah, they are some stiff competition. Much more enjoyable up here in the booth.
Well, the new update was should have it's been long coming. There's a lot of the top truck guys have been dying for this update for the last 2 to 3 seasons. So for them to finally get it, everyone's excited. Everyone's doing a lot of laps. A lot of officials going live. A lot of practice rooms are full at the moment with people testing and seeing where they're at and how they build their sets and how much downforce there really is on this truck. It's getting exciting. It's exciting times ahead.
It certainly is. Certainly is. All right, we are on lap 74, 150. Basically, the halfway mark is what, next 2 laps, pretty much. These
Yes.
boys, some of these guys haven't been in the have. Oh no, they've retired. Some of these guys, 67 laps in, but no, that is incorrect. That's Mark Cochran and Andy Barber. So it looks like I did see. It looks like we've got about 16 cars still in the race. Marty Mitchell. I know Marty Mitchell's back out on the track. He was in the pits in 17th, but he's 20 laps down. But Adam Johnson, Mark Cochran, Andy Barber, and of course Alvario Nigel Seidel not in
Sitting
the
it out.
race. Yeah. That top 5 almost getting back to normal there. Preston Holdsworth, Ron Thompson, Alex Delbovics, top 3, Tom Pritchard and Adam Malone, 4th and 5th. You're going to have to watch out there because, yeah, here we go. 2 teammates right away in that 4th and 5th spots. Patton back there at 6. And I think the other group, Ruben Phelps, Lachlan, Matty Raymond, Noddy Tompkins, etc., they are back off of that pack, trying to get a bit of a gap distance. There's about a 5 or 6 second gap between the first pack and the second pack.
You're out there watching live in the comments. Put your prediction who's going to win the white race. We're halfway through, so let's see who's got the prediction.
That's it. Justin, you're off to work, so we'll let you know later. You have a good day, brother. Thanks for tuning in. A lot of the American guys that I broadcast for, we tend to get them popping in and out throughout the night on a Friday night as they get ready to start their day.
100%, 100%. No, we'll let you know, Justin, and thanks for watching, mate.
Tom Pritchard falling back off of sorry, Adam Malone rather falling back off that little pack there. Looks like Matt Patton's got himself back up into 5th. He's up 3 spots. Tom Pritchard's up 6 spots. Pretty good. Jason Holdsworth, can't really hard charge too far from 5th, but 4 spots up into the lead. So a little bit of movers and shakers. Noddy Tompkins is in 10th. He started off in 21st. apparently. Matty Raymond
No,
started off in seventh.
Pat's making the pass on the outside of Tom Pritchard. He's going to take the fourth position now.
He has, yeah. Back there behind them, we didn't see it, but Tim Blundell has passed Maxi Marshall for 14th. Henry King passing Aaron Gilbert for 11th as well.
Kelvin Clark, I will be predicting Holdsworth. Well, Kelvin, where are you? You should be out there racing.
Are you just doing the, the classic color commentator thing of picking the leader, Kelvin, or is you backing Jace? What's he doing? We haven't seen him in a little while. Let's jump up there and have a quick look and see what he's
I
got
hope you're
going.
well anyway, Kelvin. I hope you're well, mate. Talk to you soon.
Jason currently got a 5-second lead on Ron A. Thompson. Alex Stilbovic is about 5 seconds back behind them, but you can see Jason's got a little bit of racing competition because he's got Henry King behind him, and I think that is the 2:03 of Aaron Gilbert. So 11th and 12th, just behind the leader there. Jason's starting to lap some of that extra traffic. Let that balance out as the laps draw out and they go in for fuel-free refills. So I must not know what word I was going for there. It's yeah. Certainly has been a week or two. Nah, inside info. We need to get Holdsworth in the tech shed after the race. Is that what you're saying? Check that. We just demand everyone hand over a copy of their setups at the end of the race. Mostly so I can drop them in my Kentucky folder, but 83 of 150. Still just a one caution. Like these boys, I say that as if there should be cautions. And look, if you've seen other NASCAR races, officials, you've seen the real life stuff. There's crashes, there's cautions. It happens, but these guys must just have like an adverse reaction to yellow flags. They just don't like them. They don't seem to want to bring any out, and it's not fun at all. I mean, it is probably.
Our motto for the league is you can race hard, you race very clean, but it's always fair, and that's one thing we always stick by. And of course, there's always going to be accidents. Don't get me wrong, but you know, we don't like the dirty stuff,
Yep.
and we won't be tolerating it. And since we don't, the quality of racing that we're getting is next level. And you know, at the end of the day, the drivers are putting in the extra work, and yeah, it's great. It's great to see Australian oval racing, sim racing team get getting better and better every week from practice. It's great.
Yeah. Like you say, with some of the V8 car guys coming over to NASCAR, whether part-time or full-time, or sort of, swapping between the seasons, it's bringing some of those eyes on. But, there is already a pretty good Australian sort of contingency that does race the trucks. I know a lot of these names just purely from where I get in and I sort my my skill set, my standings out by Australia in the different divisions and things like that. And yeah, it's well and truly in good hands. It's great, and obviously with you guys promoting it and it only getting better each season, it's get on now before it's too late and there's no room.
Well, Kelvin, if it was on Sportsbet,
I
I didn't see it.
hope you can cash out just in time, Kelv. Nah, Jason's got it in his hand. I'm not going to jinx him tonight. See there, the 28 of Alex Stilbovic. He's in third place, but the car below him, that's Tim Blundell in 14th. Back there behind him, I believe that is Maxi Marshall as well. Probably Brian Blundell. Can't quite see their cars, they're going too fast. Jason just extending that lead. I thought 5 seconds was impressive, but he's got it out to almost 6.5. Alex still about 5 seconds behind Ron, so he hasn't really lost any speed, but hasn't gained anything.
All just saving that tyre.
I was going to say we're about 30, 20, 25, 33, 25 to 30 laps in for a lot of these guys on their fuel and tyres. So if they have had to race a little bit harder, they will start to get a little bit hot. They won't, stick as well. We'll start to see that rear slide a little. Such an even field. I was just looking at the leaderboard there, and we've pretty much got the top 11 on the lead lap, and then 11 to, I believe it's 12 to 16. They're only one lap down. Marty Mitchell, this old guy, a number of laps down, 20 laps down. So Brian Blundell, Maxi Marshall, him, Blundell, Aaron Gilbert, they're all very much still in this race. Need to either hang on to the draft or hope a caution comes out that doesn't involve them.
I think the SRM boys are still in the race too. They pitted a lot later than anybody else, so when it's their time to pit, they'll have fresher tyres with quicker lap times. So it's not over for those guys yet either.
No. That's Lachlan. Let me get this right.
Yeah,
Lachlan, Ruben, and Maddie.
yep,
Look at me go.
and Noddy as well.
Oh, and Noddy
Noddy,
Tompkins. Sorry, Noddy.
and he's half. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Depends on the mood.
He's a
Hi,
hanger.
Nods. You're
He's
a
a
bloody
hangy.
legend.
He's a hangy. What do we got here? What the? Okay, I'm going to try and say that YouTube name. Pneumonial ultramicroscopic silica volcanosis. Holdsworth is leading. Thompson was going like a kangaroo. Well, there we go. We've got Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook chat livening up a bit there. That's awesome to see. I'm just going to call you P, YouTube guy, whoever that is. That is quite the username. Holy cow. All right, Nigel, I'm going to get you to hold the fort for just one moment while I visit the little bob room. I'll be back in a second.
Laps to go. We've got Holdsworth in first. His teammate Ron Thompson in second. Alex in third. Matt Patton in fourth. Ruben Feltz from SRM in fifth. Stars driver Adam Malone in the current Truck Series champion in sixth. His teammate Tom Pritchard from Stars in seventh. The 42 of Lockie's in eighth. In ninth is Matty Raymond in the 83, and the 119 of Noddy Tompkins rounds out your top 10. We're getting closer to those next round of pit stops. Be interesting to see who plays the strategy with tyres and who decides to just fill it up and send it out, hoping for that late race caution to change those tyres for one last time.
Right, I am back. I thought I'd not. All right, no cautions while I was gone as well. Good on you, boys, as we come up to the 100th lap. Two more of those to go. Jason Holdsworth has been out there for about, what, 44 laps? So he might be looking in the next 10 or so laps. Eventually go in. May try and ride it out a bit longer here in this second half of the race. Get him that pad. We see the 08 there. That is Maxi Marshall. Traffic looks like Brian Blundell's headed in to pit lane. He's in the pits. Quick pit stop there, just 15 seconds, almost 16 seconds for Brian. So that is tyres and a fuel refill for him. He's going to go and try and make that 50 lap run count now, it looks like. Let's have a look. He's in 16th lap, down or two, so we'll have to wait and see how he goes. But I guarantee you'll be back up there in it in no time. Jason Holdsworth still got that 6.2 second lead over Ron Thompson in second. Alex Stilbovics, Matt Patton, and Ruben Phelps, the top five. Adam Malone, Tom Pritchard, Lachlan Ahijo, Matthew Raymond, and Noddy Tompkins. Noddy's got himself into the top 10 there. Henry King, Daniel Stevens, Aaron Gilbert, and Tim Blundell, the 14th positions. 11th to 14th, sorry, I'll get that right. And then, yeah, we've put the lap down, boys. Maxi Marshall, Brian Blundell, Marty Mitchell. Johnson, Cochran, Andy Barber. Blundell, of course, not in the race. After tonight, only 3 more races in the competition left. Races 2 and 3, sorry, of round 2 of the playoffs. We'll head to Iowa on the 14th of June. 21st of June will be Nashville Super Speedway, and then of course the championship wrapping up at Chicagoland on the 28th of June, all 8 p.m. Australian East Friday nights. Who's going to secure themselves a ride there tonight? Right now, Jason Holdsworth looks unbeatable. Ron Thompson tied for the best lap, 31.16. Running 32.8, looks like at the moment. Adam Malone and Tom Pritchard heading into pit lane. To see a little bit of that. Some of these guys, as I say, coming up on 40 to 50 laps on their tyres and fuel. Looks like Adam got back out of the pits okay, but Tom still in there. Adam was in there for 47 seconds, so a little bit of repair being done as well, I reckon. Tom possibly having a similar issue. Would just be those love taps that you give the wall as you're coming out of 2 or 4. If you're coming out the wrong angle or carrying a little bit too much speed and the front right isn't grippy enough, you'll off that wall on the way, just as those boys come very close and almost demonstrate for us.
I'll be back. Oh,
No,
I'll be back in a minute.
no worries. Hell Reaper, you're going to do some racing after Bobby. Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. See how I feel after the race. Some of the Mazdas and trucks. Coming up on lap 108 of 150. The boys really starting to get into that point where you really want to start executing that game plan. Make sure that there are no cautions, just the one caution so far, but way back on lap 8. If you're praying for that late caution for those that spare pair of tyres, you might not make it. So you've got to have to worry about that now and look at conserving your run. The number of cars that will be due a pit stop anytime soon. Jason Holdsworth's going in now. I imagine Ron Thompson, Ruben Phelps, Matty Raymond, Daniel Stevens, Aaron Gilbert, Tim Blundell, they'll all head in soon. Maxie Marshall. Lachlan Akija, he's back there in a 12th spot. Well, moves himself up to 11th. Apologies. Jason Holdsworth, Daniel Stevens still in the pits. Daniel's been in there not very long now, but Jason, he's cracking the 40-second mark. He's got some things he's doing to that car. Henry King and Maxie Marshall, also been in quite some time at 30-40 seconds. So repairs the order of the day at the moment in this pit stop. Daniel Stevens has entered the pits as Henry King was coming out. Maxie Marshall also getting ready to exit the pits. What do you think of the new overlays, Mr. Reaper, sir? I think they look much, much better than the other ones. Have a look at what the various battles are at the moment. Here's our relative, though, Matty Raymond. He is our race leader. There's Lachlan Akijo. Tom Pritchard's there. He's in 16th. Adam Malone, Alex Stillbergs, Ruben Phelps. They are up there ahead of Lachlan. So Lachlan will be able to get some positions there. Ruben would like to get amongst that position chase as well. You see the battle for third place is also going on. Adam Malone, Alex Stillbergs looking to battle Tim Blundell. Lap 112 of 150, so not that many laps to go, just 39 remain. All right, everyone has been in the pits pretty recently, with the exception of Tim Blundell. Currently running in a second. He is our hard charger, 14 spots. He has climbed. Oh, there we go. Tim's just gone into the, as soon as I call him out on that great run, into the pits he goes. Average pit time lately does seem to be around that 47 to 49 second mark. That is definitely just get in there, get some optional damage, some of those panels beaten out, straightened out a little bit, something might be bent. But yeah, generally 13 to 20 seconds for tyres and fuel at the most. much still hitting those top speeds of around. I was reading out its miles, the miles earlier. It's 270, 280 kilometers an hour. All right, last few positional changes. Maxie Marshall has passed Tim Blundell for 13th. 7th place, Matty Raymond has got past Matt Patton for putting back to 8th. Ruben Phelps has got up to 5th place, pushing Lachlan Akijo back to 6th. Race leader, though, Jason Holdsworth still in control, rebuilding that lead that he is so apparently used to now. I think he's just showing off a little bit. See there, Lachlan Akijo just 6/10 of a second slower than the 31.332 lap 117 of Ruben Phelps. That would put him very close to the 32-second mark there on that one. Just the top 9 on the lead lap at the moment. 10th place back to 14th. Sorry there. King, Gilbert, Marshall, and Blundell 1 lap down. Brian Blundell is 2 laps down currently. Sorry, and Tom Pritchard just entered the pits. Marty Mitchell still 21 laps down. Top 5 battle going on there. Adam Malone, Ruben Phelps, 4th and 5th. There he is, 1:23 laps in. Or actually make that, about to get to 1:23. Yeah, we were. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. Just 28 laps remain in this 150 lap race. Matt Patton has entered the pits. He's currently in 14th. Hopefully get a good 25 a lap run back home into that top 10 at the least. Looking at the pit counts, sorry, the lap counts. Yeah, I don't think anyone else will need to go into the pits for the rest of this race. So I reckon we'll see the next 25 laps as a green flag run. Guys have had 4 stops, some have had 3, some just 2. right, for those of you just tuning in, this is the Australian NASCAR eSeries. Friday night trucks powered by Beat the Dark. Mental health matters. Thank Beat the Dark for coming on board all season. And they spread a really good message, and mental health does matter. We are in round 2, race 1 of the playoffs. First 3 races of the first part of the playoffs done. Now we've got this 1 and 2 more to come before the championship round. Who is going to take it all home when it's all said and done, and then straight back into it. New season picked up in July. Very good, consistent run so far by Jason Holdsworth. There's been no really stopping him. 31.16 was his best lap. 31.89 last lap. So 120 odd laps into the race, and he's still only 800ths of a second off of his quickest time. SGT Gamer, how are you, brother? Thanks for tuning in. All right, we do see the blue 22 there in the background, and see on the battle box there, Jason Holdsworth. Here's our race leader, Ron Thompson, only one car back behind him in second. Daniel Stevens in ninth between them. Only 3 seconds. Jason has had a pretty solid 6-second lead on a lot of his opponents. So, and Ron chip away at that with 22 to go. There's Lachlan Akijo currently in 6th behind him. Maxi Marshall in 12th. Behind Maxi, though, Tim Blundell in 13th. So he will be looking to catch up and try and make his way into that top 10. Not a lot, actually. There was a big crash on lap 8 at the start of the race. We lost 2 drivers from that. We lost one just due to behind the scenes. The others have sort of just, I guess, packed up because they weren't happy with their runs, or yeah, so 20 car field. We still have, what is it, 15 cars, 16 cars still in the race? But we are deep into playoff territory at the moment. The first 3 races of the playoffs have finished. Round 1. This is round 2. Oh, look out. Oh, the 42's loose. Lachlan Akijo. That is going to bring out a caution with 18 to go. Just our second one of the night. But if anyone has a spare set of tyres, they are going to love this moment. There we go, Lachlan getting it back underway. No real damage to the car, so hopefully it should be able to run these last 18 or so laps out. going to be about 15 to go when we get this one back underway. So, yeah, this battle is going to be exciting. Coming out of Sydney, there's our hometown hero, Jason Holdsworth. He's the race leader in that Toyota there. Let's go through a couple of the guys, see if we can't get their images up on our screens. Ron Thompson currently in second. Alex Delbovics, he's back there in third. Ruben Phelps coming out of Dunedin. I'm not sure even how to pronounce that, and I'm Australian. Adam Malone is here still. Matthew Raymond. That is really weird. Showing one thing on my screen and one thing on the stream is completely different. Lachlan going into the in, caught up to the pack. Aaron Gilbert's there. Maxi Marshall. Tim Blundell coming out of Victoria. Canberra for Brian. Like Peyton has left. Oh, Brian. Oh, we lost our guys. Oh, there they are. Right. Enough of the fancy stuff. Back over. All right, looks like it's going to be 1 to green. So it's going to be 14 to go as we get this one back underway. Oh, not quite 1 to go, I guess. But we will know that Jason Holdsworth and Ron Thompson, they'll be on the front row. Actually, let's get Alex Delbovics and Ruben Phelps in that second row. Adam Malone and Matthew Raymond on that third row. Fourth row is going to be Noddy Tompkinson, Lachlan Akijo. Fifth row, Daniel Stevens and Aaron Gilbert. Maxi Marshall and Tim Blundell on that sixth row. Seventh row will be Henry King and Brian Blundell. I think Matt Hayden might be still in. Is Marty Mitchell, Tom Pritchard, Adam Johnson, Mark Cochran, Andy Barber, and Nigel Seidel all out of the race. Come on, Timo. He was up there for a good run. Me and my dad, I hope for the top 10, Timo. Yeah, I was thinking he's capable of a top 10 run, but I think I might have broadcasted jinxed him a little bit, dude. I apologise because, yeah, he sort of had a late pit and fell back a bit. All right, one more time around the track. It's going to be 13 to go, actually, when we get this going. So just 13 laps remain. I don't think anyone had any spare tyres left because no one went into the pits with 14 to go to get a new set. So everyone running on about 30 lap old tyres, with the exception of maybe Lachlan Akijo. If he can race himself back into it. Yep, let's hope for a good restart. Definitely, my friend. All right, pace car will look to leave the track in just a moment. Get the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday Night Trucks powered by Beat the Dark. Mental health matters underway. 9 cars on the lead lap. Jason Holdsworth, Ron Thompson, Alex Bogus, Ruben Phelps, Adam Malone, Matthew Raymond, Noddy Tompkins, Lachlan Akijo, Daniel Stevens. They are the ones that really have a chance at taking out the victory here tonight. Let's see who can get it. Ron Thompson and Jason Holdsworth. Look at that little run they've got going. Alex Torbovic's back there behind him. Try and stay up here with the front pack as much as we can. But it's just exciting to watch this stuff. I should be calling it, Bob. All right, looks like Ruben Phelps. He's got himself into third spot there. Alex Torbovic's going to battle him, though. Right along that with Jason Holdsworth's bonnet there. About to be 10 laps remaining. At top 5, that battle's still going on back there for the top 5 run. Maximize your points for the end of the race. Yeah, I do that all the time, man. Just sit there and just take it in. It's such a good race to watch. Noddy Tompkins, Nitro Racing. He's made his way into the top 10. He's in 7th. Blundell's still back there in 12th there, it looks like. I am trying to also hit a little bit as well. But I won't talk with my mouth full. Ron Thompson not able to keep up with Jason Holdsworth, so he'll have to fend off Ruben Phelps at the moment. Alex Bovik's in 4th, Adam Malone 5th. Here's Matty Raymond and Noddy Tompkins, Lachlan Akijo as well. Daniel Stevens, you can see him there in the 57 machine, the 203 just behind him. Brian Blundell. No, that's Aaron Gilbert, sorry. Back there behind Dan Stevens. Just 7 more laps to go in round 2, race 1 of the playoffs. To Iowa next week for round 2, race 2. At the moment, Lachlan just getting a little bit loose there. At the moment, Jason Holdsworth's got this one sewn up. Does only have a 1 second lead over Ron Thompson, 1.5 seconds over Ruben Phelps. With about 5 to go, we're going to try and get up there and watch this battle. Now. Just 5 laps of Kentucky Speedway remain. Don't think Ron's going to have anything left to catch Jason. Will he have enough to defend a Ruben back there? 7, Dan Stevens. Just a few little bumps along the way through the track there, but holding on beautifully. Currently in eighth spot. Trying to get past Adam Malone and Noddy Tompkins there in front of him. Matty Raymond a few, little bit extra further up there in front. Just 3 laps remain. Up to the man. All right, only 2 more laps. No, just a 1 more lap remains. Final lap is here. White flag, a lap. Jason Holdsworth, our race leader. Ron Thompson, second so far. Ruben Phelps in third. Alex Torbovic, fourth. Matty Raymond is the top 5. Then it's Tompkins, Malone, Stevens, Akijo, and Gilbert. That is the 10. So Monday morning, Australian, Sunday night, American will be the return of the Knuckleheads iRacing League. Yeah, if you are watching and you are around those times, obviously come and check us out. Obviously, like and follow Bobbers TV on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. 3 different viewing platforms. Oh, I thought it was a crash as the race comes to an end there. Jason Holdsworth wins. Ron Thompson second. Ruben Phelps third. Alex Tilbovic fourth. What am I doing? Let's get the pretty screen up there. There we go. So Friday Night Trucks powered by Beat the Dark. The playoffs round 2 race 1 at Kentucky Speedway. As we said, Jason Holdsworth wins for Nitro Racing. Ronnie Thompson second. Ruben Phelps third. Fourth, Alex Stilbovic. Matty Raymond fifth. Noddy Tompkins sixth. Adam Malone in seventh. Daniel Stevens eighth. Lachlan Akijo finished ninth. Aaron Gilbert in 10th. Maxi Marshall 11th. Tim Blundell 12th. Henry King in 30th. Brian Blundell in 14th. Marty Mitchell 15th. Matt Payton in 16th. 17th. Tom Pritchard. Adam Johnson in 18th. We also had Mark Cochran, Andy Barber, and Nigel, pardon me, Seidel, finishing 19th, 20th, and 21st officially. All right, let's get over to the Discord and get a yarn going with some of the boys. All right. Actually, I think I can kill that live screen there. All right, I'm going to start with the 06 from SRM, Team SRM at Ruben Phelps. Finished third. I believe you started fourth. I'm running new software tonight, so I can't see some of the info I used to have. But I believe you started uh, in fourth, and yeah, you finished in a third spot. That was pretty hard fought. Top 5, top 10. Bit of a race here tonight.
Yeah, no, it was all pretty. I'm exhausted of obviously doing a lot of practice this week, especially with all the changes this truck's done. Um, but only literally maybe a couple of hours ago, I actually found something that actually works for me, and good. It came at the right time because I honestly don't think I was going to be up the front tonight.
Yeah, it's Nigel was definitely giving me the info. I haven't raced all week. As well. A little bit in week 13, but nothing too crazy. So Yeah, it was. I knew that the damage model was different. Didn't know that the sort of the draft, the air was different as well. That airflow. Talk us through it. Was it? Is it? What sort of changes do you have to look at? So is it force feedback? Is it sort of steering ratio? What are some of the changes you sort of had to adapt to?
Well, this week I've just got myself some new pedals.
Oh,
Um,
so that makes it hard
so
as well. Yeah.
yeah, so of course I've had a whole new way of like understanding the pressure of the brakes and you know
Mm,
that throttle trace and all that on top of a truck that's completely drives a lot different. Um, but as to what changes, like I've definitely can tell that you lose that front end being behind the trucks just a little bit in the corners.
yep.
Um, but then you have to really sort of think about what you're doing to sort of pull the move off if you're going to make a pass and whatnot. But you need to keep that grip, and I don't know how to exactly explain how to get that truck to do what it needs to do, but you obviously need to keep the rotation it, otherwise it just understeers, especially once you get into the middle of the field.
Yeah, we saw a bit of that in the race. I saw us on that last pit stop actually back around lap 107, 10, so that's 100s. Um, that a lot of the guys stayed in for about 30, 49 seconds, some a little bit longer. Uh, and I hadn't seen really anything on the track, so except for that where it would drift up a little bit on exit of 2 and 4, and you just tag that wall. So that looked like that was the order of the day. What's the tire wear like? The boys seem to. A lot of you only went in 2 or 3 times. A couple of you in 4 times. But what was the tire wear like?
Uh, it really depends, because this track has a knack of really killing the right front, and you sort of got to roll, especially 3 and 4. You've got to really sort of diamond it in a weird way, or at least use that the yellow line and the wee black strip on the bottom there to
Hmm.
sort of keep the truck to rotate. But you've got to sort of straight line it quite a lot to keep the tire underneath you. And if you can't do that and you have a lot of steering or you go in too hard, you just burn everything off. But tire wear, like, you sort of want to keep that rear tire somewhat um wear out more than the right front.
Yep.
But I mean, it was pretty consistent my car tonight, but as to how to actually do that, I'm still a rookie.
Always learning. Always. I feel like as soon as I feel like I get comfortable with the situation,
It all changes.
it all changes, and it's not like chess to checkers or anything like that. But it's just I think some people would like me where they think where it'd be nice if some of the changes that occurred sort of were just improvements on existing things that you'd already learned, and it wasn't that big. But some of these changes that you guys have gone through, I've seen some you literally completely throw a setup out the window and start from scratch. So no, the work that you guys have put in and to be able to pull out the race that you guys did tonight, um, yeah, it's you can definitely see who have put in the work and who have sort of gone, all right, let's come in and just check it out type of dealio and obviously practice and seed time will get you results.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it's fun just trying to understand a few things. I mean, I didn't exactly personally change anything. I was just given a set and I tried it and basically threw it on basically. But I mean, that's one thing I need to get better at is just understanding, like, when it comes to temperatures and what to change the tire pressures and stuff for short run, long run, and all those sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But or if you, for example, adding fuel to the car and not changing tires, understanding what the truck does in that situation is not exactly the. It's a lot more to you think to knowledge.
Oh, definitely. And then Nigel said that best when we were talking about, obviously with a lot of the V8 supercar guys getting known in NASCAR, it's opening up eyes to this race and this style of racing. And it's not. It is turning left is probably the easiest component of the race. Yes, you can call that out, but it is like not even 5% of the 100% that makes up what you need to do on the track and with the car and the truck and what goes into racing these sorts of races. Like 150 laps, I've said it, I don't know, about 20 times, I think, over the last couple of months with you guys that, you guys race the longest races I've ever dealt with, either as a racer or a broadcaster. So the endurance levels that you guys go through is second to none. I don't think there's anyone out there that could really last and be consistent in these style of races.
Well, I'm just happy that it's not a full race, to be honest. Because obviously that would be what 200 something laps, and it's like, oh, that was just 150 of shoulders sore and freaking
Mm,
trying to concentrate and steering the thing and using the throttle. It takes muscle strength
it
to a
does.
T, that's for sure.
It does. It does. No, it's that's the one thing I've noticed. I've got a friend who was in the chat earlier talking about whether I'll race after this, and yeah, yes, yeah, your right shoulder just until you sort of get back into the swing of things, or if you're not as regular as you'd like to be, that right shoulder it does get a workout. It's something else, but I guess with that in mind, we better let you go rest. You can start your weekend now. But before we let you go, buddy, and best of luck next week at Iowa. Friends, family, sponsors, who do you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I've got to shout out SRM, of course, Maddie and Lockie. Usually Matthew Budd's also
Mm,
involved in the team, but he wasn't there tonight. But no, they're all doing well. Of course, it's been away from the podium for a little while now, so it's good to come back. But of course, our sponsors Moondog and Aussie Kenner.
Excellent, man. Look, well, best of luck at Iowa next week. I think that's going
My
to be
favourite track.
that is legitimately your favorite track, or is that so?
Yep.
Excellent. Well, look, best of luck, man. I know what a favorite track can do to a driver. Mine is Charlotte. I just that track underrated, whether it's dirt
Yeah, that can go both ways for me, to be
or.
honest.
But best of luck, man. Hopefully, we have you back up in the booth again next week, and if not, just a couple more races to go before we get to that championship. So good luck, man, and best of luck to the SRM boys as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was Ruben Phelps. He finished third here tonight. This man, the lone American in a sea of Australians. Actually, I think there might have even been a Kiwi in this race as well, Marty Mitchell. Oh, and Zealand.
Yeah, he is, I believe.
There you go. So, not the only international driver in the race, but certainly one of the faster ones. Because, geez, you make a habit of being in the booth, my friend. How you been?
Oh, Bob, great to be here, man. A lot of fun out there, and been fun. They had a good race. I was happy. I didn't like it when we got the damage because the new car model
Mm-hmm.
they just put out this week. That I ended up with 38 seconds damage from Ruben's contact,
Yep.
and that kind of slowed me off the pace. I had made some adjustments, but it never was. So, but all in all, it was a good race. I was happy for Jason to go ahead and get the win.
Yeah. Now he looked pretty unstoppable all night, and with the exception of I guess a couple of those green flag laps was green flag pit. Sorry, was our race leader. It looked like towards the end there, though, for a long time, his sort of lead was about 6 seconds on whoever was in second, and you guys, as always, that battle from say second to sixth or seventh, it's just hectic. There's so many passes and positional changes in that area that I don't know how you guys can hold on for as long as you do, but it got it down. I think after that last pit stop, it was about last caution, so it was 3 second difference. But on the restart, you had it down to about 1.5 seconds. Did you feel like you were just sort of hitting it a bit better, or do you think that was just the race speed where it was sort of at?
No, the my thought going into the race, I was just going to go ahead and get out and because I'd done a lot of work and with the set this week, the guys have back there at the shop, but I was going to run hard, and I thought, well, so then we got took off, and I let Jason go by, so now I thought, well, I'll just ease up and save tires. I let Adam and Ruben and then Alex, and then Alex slowed up, and I asked him, and he's like, I was like, if you're gonna save tires, I'm going back up. So then got back up there, and then got to Ruben, lap 32. He hits the apron coming off of two. I thought, yeah, I'm good here. I get under him because that always knocks you up. Run that next lap, very next lap, Adam got hit the apron, so I knew it was going to shoot him to the outside in front of Ruben. And I thought, yeah, I'm clear here, and he just turned down on me. And the damage model they changed on iRacing, if you touch anything, you get 12 and a half seconds. So I ended up with 38 seconds damage on the front and the rear. So that stopped the side force of the truck. So I had to make some changes in pit stops, but naturally we don't get a lot of pit stops here.
Yep.
So, but I didn't have nothing for Jason after I got the damage. And, their philosophy always was like, if somebody's faster, kind of let them go and be easy. And then I was like, so that's why I let them go to start and see how fast they wanted to run. But I should have just stuck with my first philosophy and stayed out there and stayed on it.
Yeah, yeah. Look, it's a tough one, that one, because as I saw a lot of guys on that last pit stop, yeah, 39 to, was it 39 to, I think, to 49 seconds, um, longest one 40 actually. So yeah, the damage model definitely playing a little bit of havoc and giving the pit crew something to do, but no, you were able to get it when it was all said and done, get it done. Now, I just noticed the points, not for tonight, but coming into tonight's round two, race one playoff um, situation. You actually were the points leader. 16 points. Ruben coming in on 15. Jason on 14. Obviously, with Jason in the win, and picking up some bonus points for the lead lap, things like that. That's going to change. But what's the strategy for Iowa?
Well, hadn't got there, hadn't thought about it a whole lot yet. Um, I'm hoping to um, with this new build model. I know
Mm.
it's going to be something that we're going to have to look at.
Yeah, I feel like
Uh,
those that practice this week, I think those that didn't practice, sorry, this week are going to practice this last week have got to practice this week a lot more after tonight's effort. I feel like it's sort of turned everyone not on its heads in a bad way, but definitely opened up a lot of options by the sounds of it.
yeah, we had at least seven new builds just since Tuesday.
Jeez, wow.
Yeah, and that's with a group of 15 guys out there running laps and running officials and stuff. So that's why it makes it good, and they found some stuff, and it worked out for the Nitro boys and stuff. So like I said, it was I was really set to run hard, and that's what I should have stuck with.
All right. Well, there is always next week, but I think you're one of those guys that has already sort of secured that spot in the championship race. It's just sort of, I guess, determining the order and where everyone sort of starts as we get to that championship battle. But winding up pretty quickly, it's going to be exciting. And then, as Nigel said, straight back into it, so no rest for the wicked at all. All right, my man. Look, I know it's not Friday night for you, not quite the weekend. I think it's what, Friday morning. How early is it for you right
Yeah,
now?
it's only a quarter after 8, so we start at 6 a.m. my time. When the time
Ah,
changes for all of us, like
mm,
spring forward and fall back,
yeah,
since they're opposite, it goes from 6 a.m. to 4 a.m.
yeah.
So that's when it's tough getting up at 3:30 and making sure you get rolling,
Geez, that is
get
dedication, man.
get the morning stuff. But it's a lot of fun. These guys are good drivers, all of them, and that we've been running with, and with only having two sets of tires, it kind of takes a little bit of strategy out because you just got to run till you run a tank out and put tires on, run a tank out and put tires on. So everybody does a good job of saving tires, but sometimes it wears the tires more if you're trying to be too easy.
No, it's. Look, I'm glad I sit in the booth and just watch the races. Yeah, some of it can be. It's crazy what you guys go through. Like I said, 150 laps, Kentucky Speedway. And knowing and what you go through, that this is a 6 a.m. race for you, that is that just adds a whole level. the legend that is Mr. Ron A. Thompson. So congratulations, man.
I
Before
appreciate it, Bob.
before we let you go, friends, family, sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to?
Oh, this week especially the Nitro setup shops and Discord. Each one of them put a lot of time in, like I said, getting us some good sets and things. But the naturally always got the Fantasia dairy cows and come on board, and then Matt Pat Plumbing out in South Wales. But all in all, you guys up there in the booth been working hard this year, and it's been fun. I really want to special thanks to Jason and them for working hard and getting us where we're at.
No, they've definitely put together a great group of drivers, and yeah, it's easy for them to grow if the quality stays this way. And I know, as you were saying, there's some other guys that are coming in next season as well. So you won't be able to rest on your laurels and the usual guys. It looks like there'll be some young blood to come along. But look, best of luck next week with Iowa. Just two more races to go before the championship, man. And I have little doubt we'll talk again soon. But yeah, best of luck, man.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. Maybe break myself out of the chat. All right, that was Ron A. Thompson, and now we get the man. I wish I could see how many laps he led, because it was just the green flag lap pitting situation that sort of let other people have a lead lap. I think for maybe what 3 or 4 laps it was, and then you were straight back to business, Mr. Holsworth. You've already secured the championship run, right? You're in the
Yep, in
race.
championship 4. Yep. That was the goal of today. Did a lot of practice to make sure that I can actually just sit here and focus on Chicagoland.
That has been a heck of a run. If you can carry this momentum through, yeah, you're going to be very, very hard to beat. Um, with Iowa and with Iowa coming up next week, with you being able to relax, are you? Is it a matter of looking at what other nitro drivers are out there and what you can do to help them? What's the plan?
Yeah, Rod and I share a lot of information. So obviously I'll be working with Ron during the week to obviously make sure two of us are in the final 4. That will be the plan. So yeah, that's the number one goal.
You've certainly set it up well. You've sort of taken care of yourself, and yeah, now on to run. Now that race, just the two cautions. One quite early in the race, I think what lap 8, and then the other one didn't
Yep.
come out until about lap 108. What was the? I know Ron said obviously a lot of work was put in this week, so I imagine it'd be the same with you. But were there any parts of the change that sort of caught you off guard, or had you worried? Was there anything that sort of worked for you better?
Um, no, I actually executed exactly what I wanted to do. Just like I wanted to take it easy for the first. My original plan, even with the caution, was to take it easy for the first, 10, 15 laps, and then I was going to push to get to the lead, get out of the dirty air. That was my plan. So even with the caution, I was actually quite aggressive after the caution, after the restart, to go around the outside and get to the lead. And then they started battling behind me, so it allowed me to drive off. And that made me obviously start, building my lead up, and I could just take it easy into the pit stops, so I didn't have to push through the pit stops to try and get some time through there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you had, I think, at best, it was around a 6.5 second buffer behind whoever, in front of whoever was in second at the time. Once to sort of come down to you and Ron in those later stages, it was about 3 seconds, almost 1.5 at the last few laps. But no, you were just in control. I think at one point there was maybe 600ths of a 6/10 of a second between like your quickest lap and your current lap. You're running like 31 eighths late in the race, and as someone who, what I imagine you got your last set of tires at what lap 108 in that pit stop before
Yep.
there with the last 40. Yeah, so 42 lap run, and within that you're still running pretty much 31-second laps. A lot of the guys running. The last lap was the 32.27, 32.23 for Ron Thompson. But yeah, there was still plenty of speed in that truck. Um, as someone who's not as knowledgeable about the way NASCAR and draft works, how do you do that? How do you have two cars behind you that are closer together, like second and third, will work together or whatever, but you can pull away? I mean, obviously, no disrespect to Ron or Ruben, but that's got to be pretty demoralizing if you're teaming up
Well, in
and
that last stint, I would have had a tire advantage. I don't know
yep,
exactly what Ron's tires were, but when we came out of the pits when I came out of 108, if you looked at my lap times, I was probably half a second off Ron.
yep,
Because I was just looking, I was babying after my tire. I was babying my tires just in case we had a caution. I didn't want to obviously burn anything up, and I wanted to have that somewhat of a tire advantage in case there was a caution. So after that restart on lap 135, I obviously got to be able to use that extra grip that I had from not pushing after that last pit stop.
yep. It was a great race. A lot of challenges as always when these sorts of things happen, and I think it's usually when we interview in first place, the race truly was pretty much between second and say seventh, eighth position, maybe the top 10 was quite position changing. I've got obviously running the SDK software now, so I do get a lot better visuals on who passes who for what position and things like that. And it was constant, whether it was Alex and Ruben battling for third and fourth. You had Matty Raymond and Adam Malone, Noddy Tompkins, Adam Malone battling it out. Like, there's some good battles that sort of come out of these races, and I know everyone's battling for a championship like that, but it's got to make you pretty proud to know that whether they're winning or whether they're 13th, they're racing as if that is win.
Yeah, I'm not obviously looking in my mirror. I'm looking forward,
Well,
just
yeah,
trying to hit
true.
my marks. So, yeah, I'm not really too bothered what's happening behind. Yeah, so I'll have to watch the replay or the broadcast to see what happened back there. Because yeah, I was just rides forward looking at what I needed to do,
Yeah.
make sure I wasn't burning up those tires. Obviously, as you're probably aware, did a lot of practice this week to obviously get our heads around the new build.
Mm.
So it obviously helped going into this having, I don't know, 600-700 laps at the track. So obviously
Jesus.
practice always helps.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
that's what practice is. Yeah, I don't think I've ever practiced in my life. Then that's a lot of laps. But no, when you're racing for championships and you're racing with a team and a lot of other things at stake, yeah, it can get pretty heated. And you've got a pretty good bunch, guys. So it sounds like you won't be going anywhere anytime soon, even with the changes. So bring on Iowa. Do you think you'll go? Obviously, 1-2, give Ron the win, and you go second next week. That'll be the plan.
Yep.
Yep. Awesome, awesome. Well,
I'll be up there. I obviously um,
you'll keep it warm for
want to
him.
see Ron. I want to because I need someone to help practice with for Chicagoland for the
Mm.
final, like for the championship as well. So yeah, definitely want obviously Ron to get through, and then whoever's left can fight out for the other two spots. As far as I'm concerned, obviously you always want your teammate there with you.
Yep. Yep. No, look, I reckon there'll be a few different guys, and it'll be anyone's guess. Um, yeah, we had guys that bowed out a little bit early. We had guys that were just a lap down, just no caution, so they couldn't get that lap back. That are guys that can really be there at the end of a race. So it's anyone's ball game. But you've secured your spot. You can relax and enjoy the weekend with a bit of a grin on your face. Before we let you go, though, my man, friends, family, sponsors, who do you want to give a shout out to?
Big thank you to the whole Nitro team. So Russ, Dan, Masty, Nick, everyone who obviously laps this week. Not just it's not just myself that obviously
Yep.
does everything. End up running with something Russ built as a base, which is actually on the website with like a handful of changes to it. So I end up finding exactly what I wanted to run. So big thanks to those guys. Obviously, Nige. I know some of these, obviously putting on the series and leading the series is a tough job. So big thanks to Nige and obviously for you for the broadcast, Bob.
That's my pleasure. I was doing some frantic updates today for the new looks. So, yeah, definitely check it out. I think it's a couple more changes, and I think the championship is going to look pretty damn special. So, good luck, man. And yeah, you put your best show on, I'll put my best show on, and hopefully we're back in the booth together by the end of the night.
Yep, will do. Thanks, Bob.
Talk soon. Bye.
See you, mate.
All right, that was Jason Holdsworth, our race winner here tonight at the Friday Night Trucks, powered by Beat the Dark. That is the playoffs, round 2, race 1 at Kentucky Speedway, done and dusted. Join us next week when we head to Iowa for race 2 of round 2 of the playoffs. Just 2 more races to go before the championship round. All right, guys, girls, thank you so much for watching, for joining in the chat. Obviously, like and follow all that stuff with TV on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. All 3 of them, if you really want to make me feel special, that would be amazing. But yeah, as always, I love you all. Boy.